Hello everyone and welcome back to The Midnight Gang by David Walliams, and today we're on chapter 15. Here we go. Chapter 15, The North Pole. The children's faces lit up as they saw the North Pole. It wasn't the real North Pole, but it was an incredible recreation of it. Inside the hospital's freezer room there were inches of snow on the ground. It must have been made from all the flakes of ice that had gathered on the boxes of fish fingers and bags of frozen peas. There were snowdrifts and ice caves and even an igloo. A fan stuck to the ceiling swirled the air around, blowing little pieces of ice about the room. It looked like it was snowing. The snow sparkled in the fluorescent light from the corridor like diamond dust. "Wow," said Tom. "It's beautiful," said Amber. This girl had always seemed to be the toughest of the group, but now Tom could see Amber had tears welling up in her eyes. "Please tell me what you see," said Robin. In this moment of wonder, the children had quite forgotten that since the operation on his eyes, Robin could not see a thing. His bandages had to stay on for weeks yet. "It's perfect," replied Amber. "How?" asked Robin. "Robin, there is snow everywhere," said Tom. "It's falling from the sky. I can feel it on my face. And there's a snowdrift, and even an igloo," said Tom. "And I don't believe it. Look here, Amber." Leaning to the far side of the igloo was a Union Jack flag. It was attached to a wooden pole that looked as if it had been snapped off a building. Perhaps it had been snapped off the side of this very building, the Lord Funt Hospital. "That must be so you can place it in the snow," said George, "like adventurers do, to prove everyone you were really here." "Place what in the snow?" demanded Robin eagerly. "A flag," replied Tom. "Sorry, I should have said." "Pass it to me," ordered Amber. Tom carefully placed the flagpole in her hand. The children placed it down, but as her arms were in casts, she couldn't. "I can't do it," said Amber, clearly frustrated. "Let me help," said Tom. "No," she snapped. "Let's forget the whole thing. This is stupid." "It's not stupid," said Tom. "I thought you said the Midnight Gang was all about children working together." "It is," replied Amber grumpily. "Then let me help. In fact, let's all help. Let's all do it together." "Good idea," said George. He guided Robin's hands to the pole, and together they all stuck the end into the deep snow in the middle of the room. "I hereby declare myself, Amber Florence Harriet Latty, to be the first girl to reach the North Pole." "Hooray!" cheered the boys. Thank you," began Amber grandly. I really do need to thank a few people." "Oh, here she goes," said George. "This may take some time," hissed Robin to Tom. "Amber loves making a speech." "Thank you mostly to myself, without whom none of this would have been possible." "So humble," remarked Robin. "But I would also like to take this opportunity to thank my old friends and new friend in the Midnight Gang." It might not have been the real North Pole, but the look of pride on the girl's face was certainly real. Tom looked across this mini Arctic wasteland. As the mist cleared, the boys saw that the hospital food that was normally stored in the freezer room had been piled up to one side and covered in ice to disguise it. This begged an important question. Who had done all this? Just then a shadow passed the gang. Someone or something had moved past the doorway. "What's that?" asked Tom, a note of terror in his voice. "What's what?" asked George. Someone's there," he spluttered. "Where?" asked Amber. "Outside the door," answered Tom. "It was nothing," said Amber. "If it was nothing, then go out and have a look," said Tom. There was silence for a moment. "Well, I can hardly go out and check in my wheelchair now, can I?" replied Amber. "I could go out, but the looking part I would find hard," said Robin. All eyes turned to George. "I would love to go, just as soon as I've finished this tub of ice cream," said George. He had chocolate ice cream around his face, and he dipped his hand into the tub to get another scoop. Now all eyes turned to Tom. "I can't go," he exclaimed. "Why ever not?" demanded Amber. The boy looked down to his pink, frilly nightie. "In this?" That's hardly a good excuse, replied Amber. Girls have to wear nighties. Let's take a vote. All in favour of Tom going to see who it is, put up their hands. Predictably, the other two boys raised their hands. Mine would be raised too if they could, so that's settled then, said the girl grandly. Off you go, Tom. But, he protested. Do you want to be made a permanent member of the Midnight Gang or not? She asked, already knowing the answer. Yes, but... Then get out there, she ordered. Right now. The ice underfoot was getting slippery now, and Tom nearly fell over with each step. Slowly, he reached the doorway to the freezer room. Tom peered out to the left. He couldn't see anything. Then he peered to the right. Out of the shadows came something. The unmistakable figure of a polar bear. Grrr, it growled. Ah! The boy screamed. And we'll see what happens with the polar bear tomorrow. Goodbye.